Welcome online at-home sales team. I'm excited to get you guys started, and we talked about getting you into kind of the system, the back end, like where do we house our leads? Where do we put in clients? Where do we find workers? Where do we put our workers in? Where do we meet? How do we go about, functioning as a company? By this time, you would have received an invitation to what we call Podio. Podio is spelled P as in Paul, O as in Oscar, D as in David, I as in Israel, and then O as in October. So podio.com. And what you're going to do is basically log in on your day one, where you have been sent out some invitations to this, but if you manually had to go to podio.com, when you pull it up, this is basically what it looks like. This is a short intro video, which will be followed by several more videos that gives you a little bit more in depth on the functions of Podio. For those of you that are really information seeking, you can literally look at some of the back-end tutorials that podio.com offers about usability and functions and things. It is an amazing platform as far as leveraging certain types of search functions, automations, quick access to other sources and other places, like for example, email service. Let's say if I use Gmail, I can create links right here on my homepage. As a matter of fact, let me jump right in and show you. So this is my personal homepage. You will each all have an opportunity to create your own. When you first get your account set up, it is fairly generic, kind of like when you go buy something directly out of a box. It's loaded with a couple of very generic boxes over here to the right. What I have done here is basically created myself some customized views for some inspirational, motivational, educational stuff, some inclusive things about my family, etc. There's things that I want to see every day, but I've also added some links in here to my email services. I use Craigslist a lot. I want quick access to the training videos sometimes where I can send them to people, so I put that there. I've basically dressed this out to my own liking. The number one thing you need to remember when it comes to your Podio in general is that you have to learn how to create what we call filtered views on your private homepage to bring out the information, like this one up here on the top right. This is actually for Latasha. I had done this for her as an example. I created her a private view for my companies, and this is what it would look like on her page. If this was your page, this would be your name, and I would show you here in a later video how to go into the lead section, how to use a filter, and how that will create this private view for you, so you only see your, for example, here 43 companies and not the 1,000 companies that are in the actual system. Okay, so that's going to be a video that's going to come a little bit later on, but I'm going to encourage you to check out your homepage on day one of Podio. Play with it a little bit. What you're looking for is this add tile button down here. When you actually start the process of getting into it, it's very self-explanatory. You open up the tile, and then you can play with these things as far as what you wanted to add. A lot of people would just simply usually use something like the photo option, like I'll give you an example of putting an image, a PDF image of something that you wanted to see over here to the right, in addition to links to things. So if you select the My Podio option here and scroll down, it gives you all types of options. Some of you use calendars, and some of you just want to put your contacts on there. Some of you just want to add a text bar where you can write kind of your own message to yourself, but you can upload images directly from your computer here, and you can copy and paste, drag and drop URLs or links to things like your email, things like Craigslist. So when I pull those up, I can drag and drop those links right in here, and it creates me these boxes. Okay, so outside of your homepage, what Podio basically is here to do is to introduce you and house all of not only your information, but information about our clients and our workers, all in one place. So when think about it as, if I'm out there in the workforce and I find a client, where do I enter them in? That's here. If I find a worker out there, where do I enter them here, like an electrician or a plumber? that is right here. So it's going to give you basically all of the places that you're going to go in there and add those varying functions that I will get to here in just another video or two. I just wanted to kind of give you a light introduction to what Podio was, not to be afraid of it, and to make sure that as you're getting started, what I am to do inside of here. So just real quickly, and sometimes these change. We add a few here and take a few away here. We're condensing some, and we're always trying to get better. But in general form, your activity feed here is always the same on page 1. This is kind of all the activity that anybody's doing at the time right here. So if you've done something on a page in Podio and you're looking for it, very often you can come right back down here to the activity feed to find a quick access to where you were if for some reason you lost your place. Next to it says leads. It sounds exactly like what it is. Whenever I have a company that I've contacted and I need to add them to the database, I open up the Leads app, and pretty self-explanatory here, top right-hand corner, I hit add a lead, and the business contact information gets loaded in there for me. It is pretty simple how to do that. The same thing would function to the app next to it, which is for sales. That's basically a lead that is turned into a contract, and now that we are beyond the negotiation and to a signature, this is where we house that information to allow other reps to see what's going on as far as the staffing side of it. Did they need any help looking for workers or not? Very often it's a great place to just look and see if there's a way to throw some extra dollars your way weekly by looking in here and going, okay, yes, they are still available, waiting signed docs for this one. This one's recruiting in progress. So this will give you statuses and updates of current contracts that you could be working on the recruiting aspect of things. And this is also where you would house a sale if you've actually closed a contract. The next couple apps are pretty simple. Workers and subs, it's the electricians, the drywall guys, the wood framers, the plumbers, the subs of those areas. Those are all housed right there. Not to be confused with the old candidates and the old subs, which is basically where once these guys are beyond 30 days, we just slide them over to the older databases. That's all. As far as recruiting, this just gives you some documents as far as what you might need to process these men or these clients when you're out there dealing with day-to-day stuff. The training section is a great place to go back and get a refresher training. The original fast track trainings that you've seen will be located there, but in addition to others. So I will encourage you to go to trainings and look up things like Sales 101 or Recruiting 101. Those are some audio only trainings that will give you a little bit deeper understanding of those whole concepts in this industry. Old companies, again, that's just something where we slid some old companies over into that database. It's not really something that you guys would use on a day-to-day. Home reps is actually information for people who are just now onboarding and just now signing up, which you guys would have already gone through the process at that point. And then that just leaves us with day-to-day stuff. So the next couple videos will be to more isolate what I do as a recruiter within this workspace and what I would do then as a sales rep into this workspace, and then how I tie all that together. So don't be afraid of Podio. Make sure, A, that you watch the very original video on how to set up your super menu. That's very important for functionality. If you need help with that, any one of us in the management team can help you. Just reach out to us on the Facebook private page. But after you get the super menu, just start navigating it around a little bit. You really can't break anything in here, but I really want you to kind of focus on the function of trying to dress up your homepage, making sure you have some filtered views where you have literally set up, your companies. And during this video, you're not going to know what I mean, but here in a little while, I'll explain to you exactly how to do that. And that should be your goal, to get that thing set up and customized to your liking, which will help you get your running start. I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you on the next video.